What's up guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. Of course we are continuing the hype of Shin Megami Tensei 5, and of course I could do one of those boring 10 things you should know about Shin Megami Tensei 5 or whatever, but instead of doing that I'm gonna do a wish list of other DLC that we could that I would like to see basically. You guys know DLC. I mean, it's already been announced. We already know Shin Megami Tensei has some day one DLC. Some people like it, some people don't. I feel neutral about it. I frankly don't really buy much DLC unless it's substantial DLC. And by I mean by that is things like, I don't know if you guys played The Witcher 3 for example. It has some absolutely beautiful DLC with like 20 hours of extra gameplay, and that's like 2 of them actually. They're decently priced, and sometimes they actually go on sale too. And I feel like those kind of DLC actually add a lot to the experience of the game because they're full storylines. You know, they're storylines, they're quests. You find new monsters, you have new items. There's a lot of it involved in this kind of DLC. So I really do appreciate that kind of stuff. I feel like that stuff for an RPG, whether it's a Western RPG or whether it's a JRPG, I feel like those kind of stuff really do keep the life of the game going. You know, for example, if you finish the game and you still want to play those missions or that particular part of the DLC, you can still go back and play that kind of stuff. And Shin Megami Tensei is not completely unaware of that kind of stuff. Previously, Shin Megami Tensei 4 particularly had some pretty interesting DLC, in particularly one DLC on SMT4 that was actually Apocalypse, I believe. Yeah, so there is a history of like good DLC within Shin Megami Tensei, and I would like to see more of that kind of stuff. You know, more of the cool additions to the game. You know, you have the full game and then you get some additional kind of stuff. We could also have some guests, maybe, like I think priorly to this video actually I was talking to some of the other friends here, such as the Biceps. Shout out to Biceps. If you guys haven't seen East Canton, check it out. And the Crocus, we were talking about like guests and everything on other Shin Megami Tensei games, like in obviously Nocturne that has Dante and everything. It would be cool to have also some kind of DLC like that, now that we had like DLC with Dante and everything. If we had like Bayonetta from DMC or Flynn from SMT4, and actually anybody from any game, I'll be taking. Even if we see Joker on SMT5, I'll be okay with that, to be honest with you guys. Look, do not get mad about this. I'm not like a fanboy of Persona 5 or anything, but I'm just saying any kind of like guest will be cool, although not make me pay $10, Atlas. I'll pay 2, maybe 3, but that's about it. Anyway, I've never really been one of cosmetics or anything like that. I know Persona is really heavy on that kind of stuff with like the outfits and the personas and that kind of stuff. But Shin Megami Tensei, I feel like it will really benefit from like some bonus kind of storylines or bonus kind of stuff. That kind of stuff, I feel like it will be really like it keeps the game going and everything. Of course, a game like Shin Megami Tensei 5 with 4 or 5 additional endings in total, those kind of have a big long life already. You know, it will probably take you about 100 hours to get all the endings and everything, so it is a pretty quite long game, right? But obviously I think a lot of people like DLC. I particularly, again, I feel neutral about it. I don't really buy a lot of it, so it's kind of weird for me to actually even make this kind of video, but I figured what would be a good idea as far as other kind of DLC, because if I want to say some DLC, what exactly do I want to see, alright? So yeah, besides something like that, I guess I will be okay if they did some quest DLC, which they already been doing. There's 3 quest DLC that they have now so far. One of them, and all 3 of them actually kind of involve new demons that you can recruit in the game, which is pretty cool. I think that's a valid kind of type of DLC. Of course, a mission isn't gonna be a lot. It may be maybe like 10-20 minutes, maybe an hour at the most. So that's not really a lot of content, but it's only like $3-4, so it's not really expensive. So at the end of the day, you get a cool quest, cool little quest, and you get 8 demons, so I guess nothing wrong with that. But I would like to see a full quest, you know, like smaller quest, maybe it takes 3-4 hours long to beat, it's an additional thing or something like that. I feel like that kind of stuff could really kind of be fun and everything. I again don't really care much for like having DLC personas or DLC demons in this case, or something like that. But if there's a quest attached to it, or if there's like a requirement to unlock the demon, that will make more sense. For example, we do have in Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, the HD remaster. It does have a choice whether you want to use Demi-Fiend's Dante, or do you want to use the other character, Raito? So you can either do one of the two, and that's that's a fair DLC. Although $10 can be a little steep for some people for that kind of DLC, but at the same time, there is kind of a requirement. You do have to go to great lengths to get Dante, and you get him really late in the game. So that kind of limit, although I think it's pretty cool. Some people may not be on that front of that kind of stuff. Now, one thing that I will say is, if they do something like cosmetic or something like that, I would be okay with that too. Although again, I'm not too big on the cosmetic stuff. But thinking about it, for example, Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Apocalypse had a lot of cosmetic items. In fact, they even did DLC cosmetic stuff. I believe Amazon had an outfit there too and everything. So it isn't completely unheard of that they do cosmetics on Shin Megami Tensei as well, I guess. So pretty interesting stuff here. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about DLC? Would you like to see some more DLC? Do you not care for the DLC? Again, what they've seen so far is pretty in the safe side. Nothing is really offensive or anything like that. It's pretty just there if you want to get it or not. You know, things like the easy mode, if you want to play it on easy, or like the demos that I mentioned before, or of course the Demi-Fiend DLC that they announced priorly. And that's cool, no? I mean, I particularly don't really care for that too much, and the fact that you at the end of the day don't get to recruit Demi-Fiend is kind of a down for me, because that'll be pretty cool if you can recruit him. That will kind of be pretty cool actually, but the fact that you cannot recruit him, it kind of does make me a little sad. Anyway, that is pretty much in today's redundant video here, just talking about Shin Megami Tensei 5 and DLC. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know that you guys want to see some kind of DLC, no DLC, and if you were to want some kind of DLC, what would you like? Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.